All right, a good evening to everyone. It's another Thursday. On Thursdays, right here on Invicta, we go live on the issues as regards Nigeria on the program Spot On. I'm not here alone. I'm here with Ango, Bally, the Masanang Invicta.
Confirm, confirm, Jackie. Good evening, listener, and welcome to Spot On. Is another Thursday, and of course, we're here to put you on track, give you update on what is going on in the polity, and of course, we'll go further to dissect, analyze, and butcher what is going on in the polity to let
break
you,
it down for
break it down
all of us to
to make
understand.
you to be better informed politically.
Right.
Yes.
So quickly, because our guest is already seated, Ango Bally, as usual, is going to be taking us through quickly some political snippets that we have.
Right, as usual, normally give the political brief, which is tagged as updates, what is going on in the country. So, we start with, do we start with the good one, or we start with what that seems to be the negative one? Okay, let's start with the negative, then we'll come to the good one. The federal government was yesterday, yes, unveil or launch a $1 billion Renew Hope social protection program aimed at moving the vulnerable Nigerians beyond temporary relief towards sustainable economic empowerment and self-reliance. $1 billion Renew Hope program. Then we come to Kaduna State Government unveils 810 million naira support for 4,050 graduates from its skill acquisition institutes. They are cut across the three senatorial districts, one in Ikara, the other in Rigachukun, and then of course the one for Zone 3 is Samoru Kataf. That is my local government and that is my ward. Jackie, it's just a stone throw distance to my village, my
So this is
4 kilometers.
It's exciting news,
Yes,
isn't
so
it?
at least I can talk empirically.
Mm.
Yes, it's going to affect me positively.
Mm.
Then the negative one, Kuje local government chairman and the FCT talking about Honorable Samuel Danjuma Shekolo. He threatened residents, that was yesterday, that they must vote for the APC or leave the local government area in 2027. They must vote for APC or in the alternative, if they will not do so, they should vacate the local government.
That's the Koje.
As soon as possible.
Okay.
Before the 2027 election. And of course, it has been attracting reaction, negative reaction. Somehow he has recanted and denying that he didn't say so, either he was misquoted and all that. But of course, Jackie, this thing happened in Lagos in 2023 election, where some residents were threatened in Lagos. They must vote for a particular party or they should they'll be in soup and all that. So now that campaigns have commenced, I think issues like this, they should be well tackled. Thank goodness the attraction that it has gotten, which make the man to recant. But some are saying that the Amnesty International and all the international communities, they should take note. This comes few days or 2 weeks after the Osun election, where a sitting senator, Senator Fadaunsi, was
had made some threats too.
Allegedly, was caught on at a meeting saying that some people should be, shall I say, killed, should be dealt with. Let me put it this way. So sometimes some words are not good to be used on air.
Right.
So some say this is hate speech, and it's better the bodies that are concerned should take note of these persons and issues to be addressed appropriately to serve as deterrents.
All right.
This is the update.
Thank you so much, Ango. And this is where I quickly bring in our guest for today. He's well known, but would like to introduce him as we talk about the Labour Party and the journey towards 2027. I'm talking about Elder Yusuf Solomon DANBAKI, PhD, who is the Labour Party candidate for the Kaduna Central Senatorial District. Now, like I said, he doesn't really need an introduction, especially for those who listen to this station, but Elder Yusuf Solomon DANBAKI, PhD, is not only the Labour Party candidate for Kaduna Central District, the Central Senatorial District, but he's also an academic and also the immediate Kaduna State, the immediate past chairman of the Kaduna State Labour Party. Elder, you are very much welcome to the studio this evening. Thank you for joining us on the program Spot On.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for the listener, you should know that he is a young elder, not the elder in age.
Well, bottom line is he's an elder. He's one of the elders, as we know, by election. Elder, let's jump into it. Now, 2023 birthed the Labour Party as we know it today. I'm using my words very responsibly because, of course, the Labour Party had been in existence way before 2023. However, a fresh breeze blew into the party in 2023 with the coming of Peter Obi as its presidential candidate. A lot was said about the Labour Party. They do not have what it takes. What was that word, Ango? They did not have the groundwork structure. That's the word. There was no structure on ground. And so it was virtually impossible for the LP to make any impact whatsoever. For the first time in 2023, Nigerians proved that with or without structure, it was possible for a virtually non-existent party to come and shake behemoths in that particular sector. And indeed, several people got into office with that wind that blew, even though Peter Obi was unable to make it. Today, that breeze that many people attribute to Peter Obi is no longer resident in the Labour Party. It has moved. And so the question I would like to start with this evening, Elder DANBAKI, is, does the Labour Party still have wind beneath its wings? Is the Labour Party still a party to reckon with in the 2027 race? Of course, we're going to get into all the, shenanigans that have happened before and even now as we speak. But I'd like to get your first thoughts on where you think the Labour Party is really today. Is it still a strong contender?
Actually, Jackie, that question is very important because so far I only know the DANBAKI to be the senatorial candidate for Labour Party in Kaduna State. I've never heard of who is the governorship candidate, the main, person who should be the rallying point.
Or the Kaduna North senatorial district candidate, or even the
Kaduna South
exactly.
It's only Kaduna Central.
Only Kaduna Central.
Maybe
so
everything is central to him.
Let's hear from Elder. You're welcome.
Well, good evening. This is really spot on. and I'm happy to.
And after all, he's the immediate past chairman of the party in the state.
So
everything is central to him.
We'll hear from him. He's better suited to actually give us the answer.
There is time for everything under heaven.
True.
And I think you've been hearing from me because I have been part of you. But the time has come because campaign officially has begun since the 19th of August.
Yes.
And you're going to be hearing on different offices. It's better to finish strong than to start strong. So some of them are lying low, but at the appropriate time you will hear them. To address your question directly, you see, before Nnamdi Azikiwe of NCNC, there was Herbert Macaulay.
Sure.
And when he left, it was though the party is without leadership direction. And then the potentials of Nnamdi Azikiwe came on board, and people were like, wow. So Obi has come. It is true that he has gone. There can never be another Obi again in Labour Party. But I assure you, in this election, people are going to realize that when King Uzziah died, like they said, I saw the Lord. Because Obi has built so many in Labour Party. The Obi style of leadership is contagious in a way that those of us that followed him followed the character, competence, compassion, and all that he represents. And I assure you, as he left some behind that he groomed. And even in NDC, and ADC rather, the journey, there will still be people that will come up and that will fit into the shoes of Obi. And I want you to expect that in Labour Party. We may not at this first stage be as make the impact that Obi made in 2023. You know, he started from somewhere, from governorship, and then he was vice president in 2019, and then boom, in 2023, that was the hit. But I assure you, so many OBs are coming up. So Labour Party is fully on ground and is going to make impact. Perhaps we're still going to maintain the third position that we have been since 2023, or even more. We already have a sitting governor and some few senators and House of Reps member. I assure you, we are going to increase from the number of senators that we had.
Jackie, if I get his narration very well, or the backgrounder, the foundation, he has shown that Obi is a mentor. Is that?
Yeah.
So if Obi is a mentor, Obi moved from the Labour Party to NDC. Why didn't you follow him?
Yes.
To continue with the mentor.
You see, when you have,
has there been, or is there any disagreement? Did you have any disagreement?
It is.
Or you crossroad with Peter Obi?
It is every father's pride that his son have his own house, have his own wife and his own children. So Obi groomed some of us not to keep following him, but to be on our own. That is why if you look at Dr. Moore, that is known to be following him, he also decided to come out to contest there in Abuja, Aisha Yusuf, and many more. So we are not going to be followers forever. It's expected that you build your own followership and your own kingdom.
So, is this to say then that as regards ideology, the LP and the NDC do not really have a difference in ideologies as political parties? I mean, these right now are separate entities. As political parties, the LP is different from the NDC. Peter Obi is right now resident in the NDC. And so the question then would arise about ideologies, because Nigerians are beginning to go back to the basics where we're questioning the ideologies of all these parties. What do you really stand for? You know, just like in those days where the PRP was known for the Talakawas and the rest of it. What do the political parties that we have as we know them today, what do they stand for? And so as regards ideology,
and
is there a difference between the NDC and the LP?
Yes, and Jackie, to complement that line, or do we expect a coalition between the Labour Party and the NDC, just like Nyesom Wike is in the PDP, but is having a rainbow coalition
with the APC-led
APC
administration
and other parties in Rivers State?
Yes. Let me start with the issue of ideology. You know, as it stands in Nigeria, ideology is divided into two. One, the ideology of the party. Two, the ideology especially of the presidential candidate. You know, there is this agreement between the ideology of Labour Party, which is based on welfarism, the workers' welfare, with also what Peter Obi represents, which is let's move from consumption to production. That is talking about job creation and better welfare. So there is a relationship, and as he moves, he impacts all the people he meets. So I can tell you that yes, like you said, there is an ideological transfer from Labour Party to ADC briefly, and now domicile in NDC. So when we see each other, we call each other cousins, you know, because there's something definitely that we have in common, because it's the same obedience that some are left in Labour and some move to NDC, and then ADC rather, and then finally now in NDC. So I will not let the cat out of the bag, but I assure you, we are working somehow together. We are not at war. So, but for the sake of the ruling party, I will keep some things to myself here. So, but before the D-Day, they will know that we are not as divided as they are thinking.
That is indeed food for thought. That the NDC, in fact, the LP has threads in the ADC, because Peter Obi moved there briefly before he finally settled in the NDC. So there's a thread linking all these three political parties together, and you have just whet our appetite to know,
yes, Jackie, talking about whetting the appetite and keeping us guessing. Coming back to the state level here, would the Labour Party still keep us guessing about the governorship candidate and other candidates of the party? Is it a guessing game, or it will let us know from today? And of course, not only us, Kaduna residents, as they are listening now.
Yeah, our gubernatorial candidate in Kaduna State is in person of Honorable Mohammed Lawal Relwan. He's from Zaria, also known as Sultan. Yes. So he has been around. He has been in the PRP, he has been in NNPP, and now he's with us in Labour. And very soon there will be a state campaign flag off. And
does he have a running mate?
He does. Faith Zainab is his running mate.
A female?
A female, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Jackie, at least here we go. We have at least the Labour Party has given the women, carrying them along, inclusive governance, a female running mate, deputy governor. At least.
Well, we'll see how that pans out.
You say Faith who?
Esuga.
Esuga.
Yeah, she's your sister from Zangwan Katal.
Oh, Zangwan Katal, the Tumbingiwa of Southern Kaduna politics.
All right, let's go on a commercial break. And when we get back, we'll get some more from Elder Solomon Yusuf DANBAKI.
And Jackie, by implication, Zango has two deputy governor candidates, the one of ADC, the one of Labour.
So we see that Zango Kataf indeed is flexing its muscles. We'll be right back. The program is spot on right here on Invicta 98.9 FM Kaduna. Stay with us.
Invicta FM.
Tabdi, wato a duk lokacin da muka haɗu a dandalin tattaunawar iyalinmu sai an samu matsala. Abun burgewa ma zan dafa wani abu da duk za su amincewa. Wato da fadukan shinkafa na musamman tare da magi.
An sarrafa magista daga tataccen waken soya, albasa, kayan yajin armashi tare da kanamfari.
Lokacin cin abinci a shiga cikin lallama ko samkar a shigo.
Magista sanya duk abinci da lokacin su kasance na musamman da ba za a iya mantawa ba.
mun rasa abubuwa da dama a baya kafin zuwan MTN a shekara ta 2001. Idan ka yi tafiya baka iya jin murya ko ganin iyalanka. A yanzu kuwa kana iya kira ko ganin su a wayarka. Yau ina gwarzo, ina kallon raɗin sunan jikana da ake yi kai tsaye daga Jidda. Ina murmushi da yi masa addu'a.
Shekaru 25 MTN ta tabbatar da mafarkai da nasarori marasa iyaka. Muna bikin shekaru 25 da samun damarmaki. Madalla da sabon shafi.
Ki huta mama, yanzu na zan wanke maki fararen kayan nan naki.
To, amma ba wanke su kawai zaki ba. Ki tabbatar kin yi amfani da haifo domin yana cire duk wani takaddarin tabo yana kuma sa fararen kayana su ƙara haske kalkal.
Haka ne, kada ku amince da tabo, ku tabbatar farinku ya ƙara haske kalkal.
Gida shi ne inda muke samun kwanciyar hankali da nuna wa juna ƙauna. Ƙauna irin wacce muke bawa onga.
Shi yasa muka raba miyar kukarmu mai daɗin gaske da aka yi.
Shi da sinadarin onga. Gida wuri ne da zuciya ke muradi, wanda ke ɗauke da miyar nama mai kamshi, miyar taushe da tuwon shinkafa, garau-garau, farfesu wanda aka yi su da sinadarin onga.
Don haka muka ce, mu koma gida, abinci na can na jiran mu.
A ci gaba da more gida tare da onga mai ɗanɗanon naman saniya.
Ɗanɗanon gida.
Welcome back from that commercial timeout. Still with Elder YUSUF Solomon DANBAKI, PhD, in the studio. He is the Labour Party Kaduna Central Senatorial District candidate come the 2027 elections. And we've been looking at the Labour Party and the 2027 race. How ready is the Labour Party to shake the political structure of both state and national level come 2027? Do they still have what it takes? And Elder DANBAKI has been assuring us that they do have what it takes. But you did whet our appetite, talked about the people who are to represent. You mentioned quite a number of names, I think about 2-3 people. You also said that you already have candidates for all the senatorial districts. Just candidates are there, even though we might not have heard from them already. I'd like to ask about the leadership tussle at the top, where the Labour Party for a very long time, as a matter of fact, there are people who will say that in itself was a trigger for Peter Obi to leave the party, because it just the battles just seemed so protracted that it seemed like it wasn't going to end anytime soon before the window for joining political parties was to close. So is the Labour Party done with all those battles right now about leadership positions, both at state and particularly at national level?
Yes, Jackie, Barrister Julius Abure is still dragging and is still in court. So let's
hear from him. That's what I'm asking him.
Who indeed signed his form? Who signed your form?
Well, for me to be a candidate, that means I'm on the right side. The right side in this case is the side that the court gave judgment in favor of. That is the distinguished Senator Dr. Nenadi Usman leadership. And since then, we have been participating fully in the activities towards this 2027 election. We've carried out our congresses at the local government ward and state level, and a national convention in Abia. We've conducted our primaries, we've carried out our registrations without any complaint, and now we have our candidates. So I think, though, like he said, Julius Abure is still believing that a miracle will happen again, going back to the Supreme Court the second time to interpret their own judgment. Well, he has the constitutional right to do so. But for us, the battle is over and we've moved on.
Jackie, I believe miracles still happens in politics. Zango Kataf, where I come from, for example, Zango Java Federal Constituency in the PDP, at the primary election for the House of Reps, Zango Kataf Java Federal Constituency, the person that came far distant thought was the one that was declared, or that his name was submitted to INEC. Not even the number 2. Let's assume number 1 has problem. Not even number 2. Number 3 was submitted to INEC, and number 3 was submitted to INEC, and currently he is the standard bearer of the PDP for Kaduna, Zango Kataf Java Federal Constituency. Just like you talk of the Senator Hope Uzodinma in Imo, who came a distant fourth in the governorship race, but he was the one that was declared the winner by the court. So miracles happen in politics, Jackie.
Okay. Thank you for giving us such vivid examples of how miracles do happen in politics. Elder, I would like to ask about your presence in the National Assembly, because we also know that matters quite a lot, not just in whether or not you as a party have the power to compete, but also in, if it so happens that your candidate wins and becomes president, having a hostile National Assembly where there is no support whatsoever is also any presidential candidate's nightmare. And so I would like to ask, because I know you had a number of lawmakers who went into the National Assembly, both the red and green chamber, under the wind that blew in 2023, the LP wind. However, we also know that defections did take place, especially late last year into this year. There's been quite a drain. So how many LP members do you still have in the National Assembly? In the Green Chamber and then the Red Chamber, of course?
Well, as it stands now, I think we have just 3 in the House of Reps. I think the last senator too, Senator Ume, has moved with Peter Obi, as it stands.
So, but you do still have 3 lawmakers who haven't
moved.
They're still there.
Yes, they're still there.
So, Jackie, the issue of ideology, party ideology, still rear its ugly face here, in the sense that if they were elected under the Labour Party because of an ideology the party stand for, there was a manifesto of the party, which, courtesy of it, they got themselves into Labour Party, and they were elected. They were supposed to stand firm and remain behind the party, even if some other people left the party to other parties. So, issue of ideology is very, very questionable. And for Elder Yusuf DANBAKI, if you go to the Senate as elected member of the Senate Kaduna Central under the Labour Party, what would be your priorities, put it that way, for the people of Kaduna Central?
Well,
talking about your legislative agenda.
Yes, you see, first, you said the people of Kaduna Central. Second, Nigeria in general, at large. I think the first thing that I will be taking into the National Assembly is my character. You see, what is missing in Nigerian leaders is character. The ability to stand for what is right, even if it's not popular. Then secondly, I have been trained by a man who has conquered greed. I am talking about Peter Obi. The second challenge we have with Nigerian politicians is their ability to control their greed. Now, if you have what it takes to control greed, then you will have what it takes to meet the needs of the people in your constituency. Because the increase in poverty as it stands is what led to insecurity that we are still battling with. And my people in Kaduna Central are not also exempted in this insecurity. And then you have also the breakdown of government schools and hospitals that are not operating at their best. In this same constituency, I'm going to give priority to that. You have also the empowerment of women, youth, and the people with special needs. I will give attention to that. If you notice too, our only governor, in person of Alex Otti, has come up with a policy for the aged, those above 60. I think that is also missing, and we have a lot of them. For me, it is not right for those above 60 to struggle with those in their prime, in entering buses to the town, in queuing in the hospital, in everything. They need special attention. And I am going to ensure that I did not just do it personally in my constituency, but I sponsor bills that will ensure that this has become a norm in our society. So I tell you the truth, that the time for the old is over. The problems of Nigeria now, you cannot solve it with the old ideas. You need the fresh blood, people who would think outside the box to provide solutions to our challenges. If you ask me, our insecurity, we have been using military tactics to fight. Kinetic, non-kinetic, well. But I've asked many questions. How about local tactics? You remember when a world power like US attacked Vietnam? Vietnam never had the weapons, but it was local knowledge they used to send US back to their country. So there are local security measures.
You mean the vigilante?
No, even the vigilante are using the military weapons. You can't use what the terrorist is using to defeat him, because his own weapon is superior to your own. You have to use local knowledge. Some of these things I wish I can say them on air.
Some would say native intelligence.
Native or local intelligence. Simple things that you can use to set trap in the bushes, around the houses, tunnels, and so on. That there is no way they can move people in large number again. In fact, there is no way they can move people from their houses. They have to go back to roots. So these are simple things, but until we have people who will think outside the box, outside the usual. Because if you continue doing the same thing and expect a different result, you are not serious. You must do something different if you want a different result.
You know, when it comes to political talk, well, we'll have to pardon Nigerians who have become so jaded because we've been at this since 1960. And it seems, I mean, if you were to talk to the average Nigerian, they would tell you that it seems that for each successive government, it gets worse. Now, I come back to what I was about to say, talking about political talk and the people's belief in the person who is speaking. I don't know if it's enough to say, this is what I will do. Is there a blueprint as to how you will get there? Do you really have a map? Have you taken out time to actually sit and research on the problems of the people of the Central Senatorial District? If I were to ask, for instance, that what are some of the major issues? I know you've mentioned insecurity as one of the, very strong issues as regards the Central Senatorial District. But apart from insecurity, are there other issues that you have taken time to look at, to research on, or maybe even sponsor some work done, some research on how to get this particular district to a better place, better than what others before you have done?
You see, in Kaduna Central, this is where we have the urban and the suburban. So you have a mixture of two challenges. In the urban areas, I can tell you that mostly we are going to be facing youths that are into drugs, youths that are into all sort of juvenile delinquency. That is a major challenge in the urban centers that we must address. And we also have the address of clean drinking water in this urban center. You will see in some places, you will discover that the water is there, but it's not clean. And they are in suburban areas. And then in the rural areas, aside insecurity, you have the challenges of moving their produce from the farm to the market. And you have the challenges of the storage system, whereby they have to sell at a price that is low because of lack of storage system. You have the challenges of fertilizer as at when due. These are the issues. So you have to bring the two together. I tell you the truth, I'm not going to assume I know, because my first degree is in local government and development studies. So, and what that means is that in every approach to governance, it's bottom up. Never assume you know. You still reach out to the people to do an updated needs assessment to see, because what you know yesterday as their challenge can change today or even tomorrow. So as much as I'm saying this, but today if I'm elected, we will still carry out a fresh research to find out what is the most pressing need, and then how do the community want them prioritized and take them one after the other.
Does the LP have the finances for this coming elections? Because I think many will tell you that it is naive to think that politics can be carried out without money. Does the LP have money? Because those who know, I mean, at the time when Peter Obi was in the LP, people know that not only was this a former governor who has been able to expand on whatever business that he has out there, and so he was able to finance his politicking, but also that there were a plethora of friends and well-wishers who were willing to support with their substance. Now that Peter Obi is gone, does the LP have what it takes financially to oil the political machinery?
Jackie, your question is very important. Suffice to say, Peter Obi was known with this slogan of "We know they give shishi." Is that in the Labour Party? Now, they are the offshoot of Labour Party of Peter Obi.
They are in fact.
Yes. So
the seeds that he planted.
Yes. Do you have you queued into that slogan? We know they give shishi, and if that is so, how are you going to get this election done? Can election conducted in Kaduna in Nigeria without shishi?
Okay, let me start by correcting this. We know they give shishi thing. You see, it actually took place in PDP, not in Labour.
Okay.
When Peter Obi was facing primaries in PDP, others were giving dollars. And that was when the obedience said, we know they give shishi. It was in PDP that they are saying, we are not going to give shishi. Then they moved to Labour. Yeah. But they are not saying, people are now interpreting it to mean that Labour don't give shishi.
But it's the personality. The personality moved from PDP to Labour, from Labour to ADC.
Yes, but from where the statement was made was in PDP. We know they give shishi because that's where they are giving the shishi. You understand? He said, we know they give shishi. And we came back to Labour. Let me tell you the truth. In 2023, aside from the ruling party, I can guarantee you no other party spent money like Labour Party. There was money. Though it was mismanaged, but there was money. And I'm happy with what you said. Candidates attract goodwill. Sometimes it's not the party that brings the money, but the person involved. When people believe in you, now first you must have organic followership. People who follow you because they believe in the cause what you represent. And then there are people who also believe in you that have the resources to put on you. And I think that's going to speak for us in this election. It's going to speak for us because we carefully selected qualitative candidates at various levels. So, and the party again, do we just have a governor? But he's doing his best. He's doing his best to shoulder so many, or rather sponsor so many activities of the party. So I assure you we're going to make impact. Like I said, definitely we will improve from the 2023 performance. You know, do we won? We believe we won the presidential, except for the glitch. Yeah, so we believe we
Jackie,
won.
They won according to them, but why that victory did not come to fruition was because they didn't have lack of the structure affected them, in the sense that they didn't have the structure to compile the empirical facts.
He's
because
correct.
When they were
the structure of criminality is what we lack.
When they were Jackie,
no, but
Jackie,
you needed to have
Jackie. I'm talking about empirical
agents.
facts, because in courts at the election tribunal, they could not defend their assertion that they won the election because there were no facts on ground, papers. They didn't have the
who were the party agents
the person,
on
the
ground.
agent. Yes,
right.
This is the structure. You know, so they didn't have them on ground to compile all this information.
I think we do. The problem was this: the names of the agents that were uploaded differ from those who served as agents. And that was where the challenge with Abure began, because the court will definitely take evidence from an agent whose name was uploaded. But we had obedience all over that served as agents, but their evidence was not admitted. So that was it.
So has the LP cleared all of this? Because it is glaring that, barring shenanigans from external forces, that the LP, the speed with which the LP rose into prominence in 2023 was so fast that you were unable to get to all the 700 plus local governments that we have in Nigeria, and of course the wards and the rest of them beyond that. Have you been able to deal with that right now? Because it's a lot to contend with.
Yeah, because of
Does the LP have that now?
No, certainly not like 2023 because of the protracted crisis that we've had. It's not in every state that we have a complete candidates contesting for office. So we selected states we know that we still have the chances of winning. So it's certainly not going to be like 2023, but we're there.
Jackie, political parties have been known based on practice on the ground, experience to be special purpose vehicle, SPV. Just like we saw, even members of the Labour Party, could not be immune from that. Those who won the election under Labour Party, we thought Nigerians thought they were going to be different in the National Assembly in terms of issue of standing for something. The man Peter Obi, he is known for something and he stands for something. Of course, when the 160 million money for vehicle money were being given, of course, the Labour members of the Labour Party, both in the Senate and the House of Reps, they collected the money, and so they joined the elite class. DANBAKI, if you are elected, tell Nigerians and of course KADUNA people that you will not use Labour as an SPV,
a special purpose vehicle,
that
to get
stand by the ideology of Peter Obi, your mentor.
Well, in Nigeria, we keep records. So I don't want you to come and play this.
And of course, we'll start keeping the record from
when
today.
I'm elected to say that you said this before you were elected, because Jerry Gana taught us something. When he left Adebija University and he was called upon to make a presentation, and after the wonderful speech, the students asked that when you were with us, you said government are like this and like that, you criticize government, and now you are with them, but nothing has changed. Then he said, when I was with you, I was sitting on the passenger seat, but now that I joined them, I'm sitting on the driver's seat, and I realized that there are things that driver can see that passengers cannot see. He has a rear mirror, he has two side mirrors apart from, so you see, on some things you cannot just sit down here and be saying. I remember even Obama, before he became president, he was campaigning and he said that he's going to close Guantanamo Bay. But when he got there, he didn't close it. He said he's going to call back American soldiers that are fighting in all countries. But when he got there, he now said we'll be withdrawing them badge by badge. So I don't want to fall into that trap of saying that I will not do this and later do it. It depends on the circumstances. But one thing is sure, I will not lose myself. I will not lose my principles. And you can't shut me up. If it's wrong, I will say it's wrong. That I'm sure. And as if there is any need for any change, I'll make sure I carry my constituents along and let them know that this is happening because of this or because of that. And we'll have to agree together before that change will be.
Jackie, this driver seat theory, some people are not surprised with President Bola Tinubu, recanting on his stand on the fuel subsidy. When Goodluck Jonathan was on seat as president, they organized the protest against subsidy.
Indeed.
When Jonathan planned initially to remove the fuel subsidy, they organized the protests. Now Tinubu came to power. The first day, in fact, the first speech, his acceptance speech, inaugural speech, subsidy is gone for good. So is that a confirmation of the drivers
and passenger seat syndrome? We'll be right back. Or the phenomenon. Sorry. Let's go on a commercial break, and when we get back, we'll get to hear your answer, Elder, to this question.
Not only Tinubu alone, even led Muhammadu Buhari, he said he would lead from the front when he was campaigning, but when he took over, of course, insecurity became worse from Boko Haram to the north. That's Boko Haram in the northeast, to in the northwest banditry, and in the north central kidnapping.
We'll be right back. I mean, it's something that bears talking about properly when we come back. We'll be right back with Elder YUSUF Solomon DANBAKI, and he'll get to answer that question before we have the lines open. Do stay with us. The program is spot on right here on Invicta 98.9 FM.
My guy, you know say Betway get plenty casino games for Naija. Over 400 games: aviator, blackjack, roulette, baccarat, slots, live casino. The list no dey finish No matter what you like, it dey there for you. Every game in one place. Join Naija's home of casino and win big today.
Download the app or visit betway.com.ng and enjoy exciting offers daily. 18 plus only. Play responsibly. Betway. Feel the action.
Yawwa, dan ba ni rabin kwalba a nan. Yar uwa, har yanzu kina siyan wannan man dura? Abinda baki san me ke cikin sa ba? Ko kin san inda aka hada shi ne? Ni dai man power oil nake siya. A takaice sun yi wani sabon sacheti wanda ya kai ninki biyun wancan na baya. Kuma wannan sachetin naira 300 ne kacal a karamin farashi.
Sabon sachetin power oil 90 ml. Mai ne mai inganci da zaka iya siyan shi a naira 300 kacal.
Looking for luxury, comfort, and relaxation? Welcome to Extreme Hotel and Suites. Crafted for your comfort and convenience. Enjoy our clean and spacious rooms designed to suit every taste and budget. Take a refreshing dip in our sparkling clean swimming pool. Relax at our elegant lounge and bar. And treat yourself to delicious local and continental meals prepared to satisfy every craving. Our experienced and friendly staff are always ready to serve you with warmth and professionalism, ensuring every stay is truly memorable. With 24-hour electricity, maximum security, quality customer service, and a peaceful environment, Extreme Hotel and Suites is your perfect home away from home. You can visit us at plot 344470 Gwari Road by NAFDAC, Narai High Coast, Sabantosha, Kaduna South. For reservations, you can call 0707-771-9185, or you can send a message on WhatsApp on 0906-652-2177. Extreme Hotel and Suites, where comfort meets luxury. Book your stay today.
Lallai antina, kina jin daɗin ki fa? Ke kadai ga dafa dukan shinkafa, tuwo, rangadadden kafar saniya, masa, cake, har kin kara da ice cream? Tabdi. Ina da fatan kin tanadin Jacquelyne.
Jacquelyne? Ai ba na barin gida ba tare da shi ba.
Haka ne, Jacquelyne sabon garin kumfa na ainihi mai kawo sauƙin watsakarwa nan take daga suyar zuciya da kumburin ciki. Kawai zuba Jacquelyne a ruwa kofi a sha, shikenan ba matsala. Jacquelyne sauƙi a tafi. Jacquelyne daga masu yin Jested. Idan alamar ciwon ya ci gaba bayan kwanaki 3, a tuntuɓi likita. Ranbaxy Nigerian Limited, ayarin Sun Pharma Company suke sarrafawa da kuma kasuwancinsa.
When the rain falls hard, anywhere can flood, but you can stay safe if you're prepared. Check the skies, hear the news. Flood alerts are there for you. Don't ignore the signs you see. Plan ahead for your family. Stay out of flood waters. You never know what's beneath. Don't wait. Don't guess. Only the living can enjoy tomorrow. In the event of a flood, evacuate immediately. Follow instructions from the relevant government agencies. Have a flood plan in place. Be ready. Be safe. Your safety comes first. Stay protected. Be safe. Be ready. Have a flood plan. This message is brought to you by Christian Aid Nigeria, Legal Awareness for Nigerian Women, UNICEF, and the European Commission Civil Protection and Humanitarian Aid Operation, ECHO.
Say after me. Okay. Millions of Naira shall locate us as we take part in the Milo Text and Win promo.
Millions of Naira shall locate us as we take part in the Milo Text and Win promo.
Get texting. More than 2 million people will share billions in cash and prizes, including 6 brand new cars. Buy any 20-gram Milo promo sachet. Find a unique code inside. Then dial star 8011 star 4 hash or scan the QR code on the pack and you could win big. Buy more, win more. Promo starts July 1st to October. Milo.
Vaseline lotions for you. No be one, no be two, he plenty. It's not true. With Cocoa Glow, your skin they glow. Even tone, your shine they show. Aloe Soothe for soft skin, dry skin repair, no dryness. Med extra hydration for strong moisture. Advanced repair, skin good as new. This is how we do.
Vaseline lotions, enriched with extracts, oils, and moisturizing glycerin. Choose the lotion that gets you.
Oh, you choose your own. Make your skin in the show. Vaseline lotions for you.
Customer, don't enter shop. I don't see wetin you like. Photo. Body don't sweet am. But wallet, he say, Oga, calm down. No wahala. With Bill Station Buy Now Pay Later, customer fit carry product today, pay small later. Business go sell more, customer go smile more. Make you download the Bill Station app for Google Play Store or Apple Store. Bill Station, buy am today, pay am small.
Ranka shi daɗe hakimi da fatan kana lafiya. Zan wuce karkati sai na hango ka a wannan sashen na asibitin. Akwai buƙatar wani taimako ne ranka shi daɗe? Alhamdulillahi komai lafiya malam Rabu. Na kawo iyali na ne karɓar maganin tazarar haihuwa. To amma ranka shi daɗe ai girman ku ya fi gaban nan. A'a malam Rabu tazarar haihuwa al'amari ne da babu wariya ko bambancin matsayi. Yana da kyau wajen duk masu iyali kuma tunda duk muna ƙaunar ci gaban iyalinmu shi yasa muka karɓe shi. Lallai kuwa idan yana da kyau a gurin ku mu ma zai zama mai kyau a gare mu.
Kowa na iya bin tsarin tazarar haihuwa domin inganta lafiya da bunƙasa rayuwar iyali.
Ziyarci cibiyar lafiya mafi kusa domin farawa ko a kira lambar waya 222 wannan saƙo ne daga ma'aikatar lafiya tare da tallafin gamayyar ƙungiyoyin Pronet da FEM.
Dem say monkey smart na because the tree near. But now monkey will jump past the eye they quick see.
Don't call me auntie.
This Big Brother Naija season 11 go hot past pressing iron. Now only the biggest moves go make I see you. Everybody come show themselves.
Yes sir. Now 247 drama for Big Brother Naija season 11. Sharply recharge your decoder. Make you not for miss anything no. All the bass goes they show for GoTV channel 49. You still follow happenings with GoTV stream if you day road. Headline sponsor Bet Power. GoTV. Love it.
As man pass man, na so some occasion dey for man life wey no get mate. For this kind time, na Eagle Original Aromatic Schnapps dey stand gidigba. Imagine when dem born new pikin, or marry new wife, or build new house, even when man hammer for any better hustle. Plus say when we dey celebrate different festival, na this kind period dem Eagle Original Aromatic Schnapps dey stamp im authority as original traditional prayer drink. Because our culture and tradition na our correct tori, that's why Eagle Aromatic Schnapps sef na correct traditional prayer drink. To match the celebration, no wonder the Oyoyo pack carry for im body now. The things wey dem take sabi our culture. Celebrate and enjoy Eagle Original Aromatic Schnapps. Na Intercontinental Distillers Limited dem make am. No be for person wey never reach 18 years old. Drink with sense. Eagle Original Aromatic Schnapps. Authentic traditional prayer drink.
Welcome back from that commercial timeout. Still with Ango, Bally, my colleague, and also our guest, Elder YUSUF Solomon DANBAKI, PhD in the studios talking about the LP and its journey towards the 2027 elections. Before we went on that break, Ango, repeat quickly the question you asked to refresh his memory.
I was talking about, did I talk about the SPV?
Yes.
Yes, but he said, of course, he brought the theory which said the phenomenon of the driver's seat theory and all that. But,
well, let him answer. Now that you've refreshed his memory.
I think he had answered, but let me say the traders' money idea distributed during Muhammadu Buhari presidency. Traders' money and all that. Now today, Jackie, I read that $1 billion, has been earmarked for Renew Hope.
Dollars or naira?
No, dollars. Renew Hope intervention for the vulnerable. Renew Hope program for the vulnerable. 1 billion. I remember what led to the closing of closing of the frozen of the account of Osun State was because of the money that was alleged to be being shared in something. Some said like this in form of traders' money or something like that, as if it was something for vote buying indirectly. So some see this $1 billion Renew Hope intervention program for the vulnerable coming few months, 5 months to election. Some are interpreting it differently, but let's hear the reaction of Elder Solomon DANBAKI. He coming from the opposition.
Yes, not just the opposition. My specialization, I told you, local government and development studies.
Right.
Now, you see, all these social programs cannot bring
social intervention
program cannot bring Nigeria out of poverty. APC has been doing it, cash transfer, what it means,
trader money,
on it will not, because it's not getting to the desired destination. It's not the natural route that money flows to the grassroots. Do the needful. Create job opportunity. Create conducive environment for business to thrive. Pay civil servants their salaries and allowances as at when due. Pay pensioners. This money will trickle down.
Elder DANBAKI, in other words, you can term it as subsidizing the hardship of the people, the vulnerable in the society. Your mentor, Peter Obi, is still in tune with subsidy money. That even though Vice President Atiku Abubakar, the ADC presidential candidate, said when he assumed duty as president, he will restore subsidy. But Peter Obi said subsidy, he didn't see anything wrong with it. So, however, the issue of accountability. So, are you in tune with subsidies to still remain?
You see, the issue of reversing subsidy by Atiku is both an economical or an economic policy and a political strategy. Because if you are in the opposition, you have to oppose. And if there is anything that can be as glaring as possible, it is the reversal of this subsidy removal. Because Nigerians have come to understand that the hardship that they are into now is as a result of the removal. So Atiku is standing on the opposite.
But what about
in the
issues,
real sense?
What about the issues that were present that made the present administration take the bull by the horns right after? I mean, the only other person who attempted it was Jonathan. And there were issues. We cannot run away from that. I don't want us to go into another sphere, but there were issues that Nigeria was paying for more subsidy than Nigerians were consuming per day. It was a whole ecosystem of corruption on its own that we had subsidy is something that countries do for their citizens, quite all right. But in Nigeria, we had issues about how many barrels per day do Nigerians really consume, and how much or is being paid as subsidy to the subsidized, those who provide these products to Nigeria. So that in itself was another issue. Just coming out to say, I will return subsidy, does it really sort out those issues? Or is it once again, pandering to politics, really, not even to the Nigerian people?
Yeah, Jackie, talking about pandering, Peter Obi, still coming to Peter Obi, some see logic in what he's saying. He's saying that he's not against subsidy removal, however, the accountability. So that he will fight the theft in the fuel subsidy, even though some too says since he is in support of fuel subsidy and Bola Tinubu is in support of removal of fuel subsidy, which he did, that why don't they join hands together? If Bola Tinubu come for second time, Peter Obi should be appointed Minister of Finance to manage their subsidy.
I need to open up the phone line so that people can talk to you. So please
let me say
get
this
to the
quickly.
point. Right.
You see, we have been removing subsidy since in the 70s. In fact, anytime there is an increase in fuel price, it's a removal of subsidy. And this excess money, or this money being removed, Nigerians can tell you how it is being utilized. But the issue with this, like Atiku himself asked, where is the money?
It is with our governors. I mean, this administration has told us. Right.
Because all of them, the three of them, agreed in 2023 that removing subsidy is the way to go. But the issue now, why Atiku is saying he's going to reverse it, because it's not done properly. Okay, example. I used to use this. A patient has kidney stones, and you go to some doctors, they'll just be giving you pain reliever. But you not get to this doctor that he said, we have to do operation and remove the stones. Now, and that's exactly what all of them said, we have to do operation and remove the stones. But in this case, Peter Obi wants to give the patient anesthesia before the operation so that he will not feel the pain. But Tinubu sat the patient down, remove knife and cut. Are you following me? And up till now, he has not been able to trace the location of the kidney. Talk less of removing the stone.
Well, that's subject to your own interpretation.
I think Tinubu has been able to trace the kidney because he has been able to do the surgery, in the sense that the money that
the patient is still lying down.
The money that Atiku is asking for is with the governors. The governors have agreed.
The governors actually have
to that
the monies.
That they are receiving
triple. Who has control over the governors?
The allocation.
It's him.
No.
It is a federation. No. So he doesn't have.
The federation that we run still gives him power. Why did he declare a state of emergency in a state?
No.
It's a federation that gives the president
the constitution gives him the
power. That's why it's the CNC.
The state assembly have the power
to
supervise over the state governor. So if they are not doing
theory,
if they are not doing it, then the citizens will stand up and ask for accountability from the state governors who have agreed that they are collecting triple.
If he wants to enforce it, that the governors use the money, he can do it. And no other person can do it except him.
Let's get across to the callers.
Let's get across to the callers. The numbers are 081 40,000 989 and 070 989. I'll quickly call that again.
The patients, they are still under the
That's 081
anesthesia was
40,000 989 and 070 989. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome. Please.
Yes, my name is Rita.
You're welcome, Rita.
Elder. I love Elder because he loves my daddy.
Okay.
I want to know where Elder campaign office is so that my people can vote for him.
Okay.
Although we are not in the same party now, but for the fact that he loves my daddy, oh my God, I will tell my people, Senator, this way to go.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Rita, is that to suppose that the NDC does not have candidates in Kaduna for the Central Senatorial District? Hello?
She has already dropped. I told you that you have collision response in this collision response callers.
Hello, good evening. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. My name is I'm calling from Sabai Desha.
Go ahead, please.
Actually, I think listening to your guest studio as a point, and I just want to make you understand the fact that it's 2026 and the populace, which is Nigerian market, they dynamically moved in terms of knowing what they want and knowing what they need. Unfortunately, the Nigerian politicians at the time have come to dictate for us what they want. That's why you have corruption, that's why you have impunity, and that's why you have people coming to act what they want at the expense of what the masses need. My take is this: I am clamoring for a constitutional review whereby we, as the masses, we will have a template for politicians to come and execute our own desires. When they leave, even before they leave office, it's going to be like a timetable, accountability. This is what they will do for us within this period and that period and so on. So that when they leave, Nigeria will be moving on and Nigeria will be developing. If not, every person will come and just be thinking and be feeding, maybe possibly on the few people we still have in Nigeria, and it will still be going backwards rather than forward. So I'm clamoring for a constitutional review whereby politicians will live by the dictates of the masses and they will be accountable for the desires of the masses period till they leave office.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
And thank you too. Even though I must quickly add that Nigeria does not have a problem with its constitution. I mean, it's there, the power that citizens have, but are we empowered enough, both when it comes to awareness and the rest of it, to use the instruments that the law has given us? That's another story. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, my name is Chief Arel.
Chief, you're welcome. Go ahead, please.
Let me quickly talk about the ideology. I'm so worried that our political ideology, and by the time, and that was exactly what happened during Tinubu period. He said it was his money that brought him to power. That should tell you that what we are practicing in Nigeria is in the individualism, and which is very dangerous. After getting to power, they do anything they like on their own, and you cannot even challenge them. You see, before Buhari came on board, I was so optimistic that Nigeria was going to solve a lot of problems. Buhari came to Nigeria, to Kaduna, he was even crying and using his babariga to rub his face. And a lot of vulnerable were saying that, General Yayikuka, Nigeria. But the general came, it was even the worst we have ever experienced in Nigeria. Is it the economy? Is it the security? That is exactly what happened in our dear country, Nigeria. But I want to quickly say something, which is actually worrying me about this Kuje chairman. You see, they say time and action are teachers. Nigeria forget too quickly. That was exactly what happened in Lagos when Dele Alake and Bayo Onanuga they were threatening a particular tribe, and they stopped their business in Lagos. So this type of thing is a very dangerous trend which needs to be nipped into the bud. I am afraid if we continue in that trend, that is to say we are going to kill our democracy. That is to say you cannot stay in a place in Nigeria. I mean, that is the dangerous aspect of it. I hope we are not dancing on razor edge. You see, they will come and tell us that they will do this, they will do that. After getting into power, they cannot do it. Look at this traitors' money. Sadia, the former minister, what happened? It is at the height of corruption. That 1 billion, at the height of corruption, when you cannot pin it down to any particular project, it's people going to the market. How can they give account of all those money? That is why I am saying tonight that it's a great corruption. God bless our country, Nigeria.
And an amen to that. Thank you so much, Chief. Taking one more call before we come back to Elder. Hello, good evening. Unfortunately, that call got cut off. Let's take another one. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Elder Zafania.
You're welcome, Elder Zafania. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I'm calling from Ango Mission here in Kaduna.
Go ahead.
I want to appreciate the elder there in the studio. He has spoken well. And but I want to ask him this question. If he gets to the National Assembly, he's thinking of sponsoring a bill so as to strengthen our political institution. Because why we have all these issues in the nation is because of the weak institutions that we have. What are his thoughts towards sponsoring a bill to strengthen our institution? And I equally want to say
that be specific about which institution. Let me be specific.
Just like others have, we have to be careful as a nation so that we don't get ourselves into problems. Because the ruling party are using state government money to threaten, like the Kuje chairman, who said that if you will not vote for the APC, you should leave. And then nobody is saying anything.
Okay.
I think it's right time that we take the bull by the horn and have a nice presentation.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
So, Jackie, let me read the...
Okay, just give me a moment. Let me acknowledge a message from WhatsApp. Yes, someone talking about the problem being that one person cannot change Nigeria, and he's saying that even for people who are going in there with a clean mind, how can they change the country in the midst of all those people who are already there, except if God will help us in the way that he did Ghana. Good evening. All right, thank you very much, sir.
Yes, Vera Auditu, she's saying hello, that she's enjoying the program. You have Victor Sule from Naita, Kota, and Guaremi. He too say he's enjoying the program. You have Estefanus Dantoro, a great job. Victor Sule say he is listening very loud and clear.
All right. Yes. Thank you very much. All right. So we'll come back to you, Elder. I'm sure you've heard, the various reactions to what you've talked about this evening. Your thoughts?
Yes. I want to say to the last caller that for us to have good legislators in both houses, we have to first of all have good voters. If we have voters who will sell their votes, it means they do not care about the quality and the character of the person they are voting. All they care about is their stomach. Then the few good ones cannot make any change in the National Assembly. So it starts with the voters. And then I pray that we meet like minds when we get there, because strengthening institutions, to be candid, is one of the things that we must do. We must sponsor and get rid of the part of Constitution that gives the president power to appoint the head of judiciary, the head of INEC, and Inspector General of Police, that are being used today in the interest of the ruling party. Thank you.
All right. And then your constitutional office, do you have an office? I think Rita did ask if people wanting, because I think that's part of the problem where it's time up. But part of the problem is that lawmakers are still very far from the people. Do you intend to change that? And if so, do you already have a constitutional office?
Yes, I have an office, number 1 Chawe Close, Chalawa in Barnawa Christian. And I don't intend to be a senator that will stay in Abuja. Definitely, that is why I'm asking the people to pick someone that does not really have a house or a family in Abuja. My family are here, so I always come back home. And then to meet them and then hear their needs and then take it back. It's only the job that will take me to Abuja. So let's not make that mistake again.
All right, that you're willing to say it and it's on record, I guess you're willing to be held to your words concerning that particular part. We'll have to round it up at this point. Ango?
2027 is at the edge, and the campaigns are interesting. They are issue-based, and we look forward to hearing more and more so that people will be getting, how they will get better informed to select the person they want to elect.
Well, this year we might go beyond a packet of spaghetti and a 10 kg of rice. But selling your vote is selling your vote, no matter how much is given. Are you willing to sell your vote come 2027? Is that your contribution to a better Nigeria? It's a rhetorical question. I leave you with that on the program Spot On this evening. Until next Thursday, when we hope to come your way, have a beautiful evening ahead, and do stay with us.
Lokacin jin daɗi sai Kivo Krima.
Idan na sha ko lokacin shan dari. Kivo.
Shin ka taɓa